Oklahoma Governor Mary Fallin with us right now, the Republican governor, with us on these developments. I don't want to hit you broadside on this, Governor, but what do you think of this? I mean, obviously, in a race that's very, very close, and in Nevada, where it's very, very close, we could see a lot more of this, and that could delay results that we get. Do you think it's going to be a long night as a result?
I think it'll be a long night, and I think the race is going to be very close, and I'm not surprised that we would see some concern about irregularities in the voting. I know when I went to the poll this morning, there was a very long line, and I'm in an area where there's not usually a line at all to go vote, but there was today, and I saw a lot of poll watchers that are out there, a lot of officials are out there making sure everything was going all right in our state, but I would imagine that no matter which way it goes, you may see either side challenging some of the results in some of the states.
All right, now you're one of the later states to report, generally considered a safe Republican state, but people are angry certainly about the Affordable Care Act and that it's not so affordable. They're angry as well about the pace of a recovery that pops up in a lot of polls we see out of your state, echoing what we've seen in some others. So has that affected turnout to the point where more than usual are coming out versus 2012?
I think there are a lot more people coming out to vote. I certainly have seen it throughout our state ever since we had early voting that started last week. I'm hearing reports from many different people, their friends and colleagues, coworkers, that are saying they're having to wait an hour, 2 hours polling.
Wow.
And it's encouraging because I hope that Americans realize how important, how critical this election is and takes their right to vote very seriously. And of course, this has been a very hard race. I think people are very concerned about which direction will America go. You mentioned about Obamacare. We know that if Hillary Clinton is elected, then Obamacare stays and premiums stay high and will continue to go high. If Donald Trump's elected, then I think he'll work with the Congress, and I will work with the Congress to try to repeal it and replace it with a system that works for the American people.
And I understand that, Governor, but let me ask you a little bit about what's come up if Donald Trump comes up just short. It's a tight race, but he comes up just short, doesn't win. There's been a lot of talk early on of recrimination on both sides, that it was reluctant Republicans who could have pushed him over the top and didn't, and then what will be the makeup of the party. Now, I'm jumping the gun here, but what do you make of that Republicans are going to be doing some serious soul searching after this?
I think there will be some soul searching, and I heard it on the campaign trail. I've been out over the weekend campaigning in Iowa, Colorado, Nevada, and in Virginia, and I did hear various people say they were disappointed and, in fact, disgusted with some of our top Republican officials that either jumped in or jumped out of supporting Donald Trump, who's our party nominee. And I have to give the Democrat Party the credit in that whoever their nominee is, even if it's under FBI investigation, even if it's a pay-to-play scandal that we've seen, or even reading all the different WikiLeaks, which, by the way, will still come out even if she's elected President of the United States, you know, they stay together to support their nominee. And even how Bernie Sanders supporters were burned as apparent in some of the WikiLeaks that are coming out with the Clinton campaign.
But you stayed by. You stayed with Donald Trump. You didn't vacillate, even when that infamous tape came out. And, you know, many said, oh, you're a woman. I mean, I do. But you just step back and look at the bigger economic issues. Not many at that time in your party did. So what's your message to them now? Many they did come back to the fold, not all, but many. How's the party now, you think?
Well, you know, my message to people has been that where do you stand on the issues? What is your philosophical values? Do you believe in the Constitution? Do you believe in the right to bear arms? Do you believe in freedom of religion? Do you believe in the right to life, and certainly right to life for our elderly? Do you believe in a free market system? Do you support Obamacare, or do you think a free market system is better than a universal health care system? Do you believe that we have too many Syrian refugees that are coming into the United States that might threaten our national security because we don't know if they're being vetted to the extent that they should be? If you're concerned about those types of issues, or even border security with knowing who's coming in and out of our border,
right.
Those are more important issues. And I have to tell you, I wonder if some of these national media people who are talking about college-educated women, or even women in general, are voting for Hillary may be wrong, because the women I've been around, and I've been all over the United States the last couple of days, and certainly here in Oklahoma, but they are very concerned about the first woman, if Hillary gets elected president, of not having the character to be the first woman
That's very
president of the United
interesting.
States. They get that.
That's very interesting.
They get that.
All right. Governor Mary Fallin, thank you very, very much. I appreciate you taking the time.
You're welcome.
All right.